Hi, I'm Jane Lopes. I'm a sommelier at 11 Madison Park in New York City. I'm here at Foodpairing to analyze a wine, understand its aromatic composition a little bit better, and the hopes of seeing what food it goes well with. Hi, Bernard.
Hi, Jane.
Good to see you.
You have some very nice results for your wines.
Okay, great. Well, maybe I shouldn't look at them yet. Maybe I'll do my own notes first. So my idea for the project came about because I find that we have a very sophisticated approach as sommeliers to pairing wine based on taste, based on aspects of the wine like sweetness, acidity, alcohol, tannin. Flavors, on the other hand, I think are it tends to be far less sophisticated, and we tend to pair kind of like with like. You know, a butter sauce with an oaky, buttery Chardonnay, or a seafood with a briny wine, and it's fine, it works, but I'm excited to see if maybe there's some more nuance we can find.
And actually, aroma is much more important than taste. We have 5 basic tastes like sweet, sour, bitter, umami, and salty, but we can actually smell 10,000 of different aroma molecules. And if we look into the eating experience, 80% of that experience is determined by your nose. So the aroma is really, really important. That explains why when we do a food pairing analysis, we always start by analyzing the aromas of the product. And you asked us to analyze the Sancerre, so we have the aroma profile, for example, of the Sancerre.
Sancerre, because it's a very classic style of wine, first and foremost. Sancerre is an appellation in the Loire Valley in France for Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc has a it's very aromatic to begin with, so that's I thought would be fun to analyze, and has a very distinctive aroma at that. Maybe before we get into your aroma wheel, I can give some notes of my own. Thank you. Vincent Pinard, a really classic producer. This is really fresh, young, 2014. So super aromatic. You don't really have to search to smell anything here. Definitely really fruit driven. A lot of, and it's super fruity, even more so than I would expect from a typical Sancerre. Most Sancerre is a little more underripe fruit, really tart green apple, lime, white grapefruit. Here I'm getting much more pink grapefruit, green apple, pineapple, even kiwi, guava. It's verges on tropical. This is also a really floral Sancerre. Sancerre tends to be a little bit greener, and I definitely am getting those some herbaceous basil, sweet pea sort of green notes, but they're almost more floral and sweet, and I'm also getting gardenia and honeysuckle. And Sauvignon Blanc is known for its pyrazines. So pyrazines are a compound found in Sauvignon Blanc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, in its highest proportions, and they express often as this green pepper-like quality, which is subtle in this wine. And really, to me, this wine is more dominated by its fruit and floral character, but I think you'd get that a little bit. Some subtle minerality here as well, chalk and wet rock, and a little bit of a flint gunsmoke aroma.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Let's look at the wheel.
Yeah. Actually, quite a lot of the notes that you mentioned we find back into the aroma profile. So here we have the aroma profile. So what you see directly is that, as you already mentioned, a lot of the aroma profile is determined by the fruity and the floral side, a bit of the green and spicy side. But typical for this wine, if you compare to other wines, is that it contains a lot of tropical notes. So we have banana, pineapple. And when you combine pineapple with, for example, the caramelic notes, you obtain a more canned pineapple sweet aroma profile. Also more like the linear esters, more like general fruity notes are also we found back in this wine. You're mentioning honeysuckle, basil, more like floral, citrus-like aromas. While in the floral side of this wine, we find geraniol, which is typical for lemongrass, honeysuckle, that type of products. You also mentioned the pyrazines.
Yes.
And pyrazines can smell in two different directions. One can smell like a pepper or peas, but generally they smell more like roasted. But indeed in this Sancerre we find a pyrazine typical for bell pepper. So indeed you find it back into the green part of this aroma molecule. We also have a spicy side, and the way we describe spicy is not pungent, it's more like warm spices, can be like vanilla, cinnamon, so that's why you see vanilla spicy characteristics. Spicy is also a distinctive direction for this Sancerre, but don't think about the pungency, but think about more spices. Anise can go into fennel, into different spicy directions. Okay, so now we have the aroma profile of the wine. So we know all the aroma components which are important for the wine. Now we can go into the next phase, because now we will start to compare the aroma profile of the wine to the 1700 other ingredients on the website. So the algorithm will compare and calculate the synergy between all those ingredients.
Now that we have the aroma wheel, it's all plugged into your database with what, 1,000?
Yeah, almost 1,700 ingredients.
Wow. So pretty much everything that I'll ever cook with.